Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Captain's Coach. If you're new here, my name is Captain Will Mason. Welcome back to episode 2 of our journey south down the East Coast on this 44 Fountaine Pajot. We're currently just south of Ocean City, beating through some 2 and 3 foot swells. We're headed to Norfolk on our leg 2 of this trip. Got about 120 miles roughly to go. If you watched episode 1, we had some issues with some props and some vibration under the boat. As you can see, we're currently on plane. I'm trying to work through a couple of these issues right now, but we are headed south. I'll bring you back to the dock this morning, coming out of Sunset Marina in Ocean City, and coming out of the inlet too. Come along for the ride on leg 2. It's going to be an awesome trip south. We've got a lot more videos to come. This is just the beginning. Good morning from Sunset Marina in Ocean City. About 6:30 in the morning. We're about to push off. All right, let's go get some motors running. What is that, a belt squeaking?
Dang, God knows. It's weird.
All right, we are out of here, guys. Let's go see what Ocean City Inlet looks like. Let's go see what the Atlantic Ocean looks like. Well, the destination today is Norfolk, Ocean City to Norfolk. Considering if you watched my last video, you know about the prop issue that we're having. So we've got a little bit of a vibration and a little bit of a sloppy prop, sloppy props on each side of the pods. So we can only do about 9 knots. So we're going slow most of this trip down the East Coast now, unless I get a diver to reinstall the props correctly. So we're going to work on that today as well. Maybe have somebody meet us at Coin Jock or something like that to pop these off and reinstall them. But apparently we have a little bit of back and forth play on the props on the shaft, which there should be no back and forth play. Back and forth as in bow to stern. They have a side to side play, a little bit of wiggle, but not front to back. So something's definitely not right in there. But I'm going to double check it today and see what's going on offshore once we get out there. But seas should be much better today. Yesterday it was like 3 to 4. I'm hoping it's like 2 to 3 today. Winds are saying it's going to be pretty calm all right off the coast of Maryland. So we'll see how it goes.
Want me to go get that camera from the front?
Yeah, well, we'll be back, Ocean City, I can tell you that. Already getting swells. These cats, man, you got to get these cats moving. All right, weaving our way. You can see that it's a little windy through here. You gotta. It's not like an inlet. You can just pop in and go straight in. You gotta wind and weave your way through these markers. There's a lot of sandbars in here. I'm dealing with that. Coming out the inlet. Well, we got to get past these inlet swells first. Then we can gauge how it's going to be out here. Hopefully it's better than this. Should be easily. All right, there's Norfolk, and put a mark there, auto guidance. Double check my work here. Straight shot. It's a little close to that beach. I think it'll probably be okay though. Tighter we are to the beach today, the better the seas will be most likely. I don't know if I want to go through this little stretch. I don't know, it might be okay. We'll check it once we get there. Start navigation. Engage autopilot. Engage. All right, we're on autopilot for the next 118 miles. 10.7. Here we go. Well, making a big turn now. So we're just kind of messing around with the RPMs. I've got it at 3,000, 3,100. It's definitely not vibrating as bad as it was yesterday. I mean, it's got a little shake to it, that's for sure. And the load percentages are about 8% on average away from each other. Port is carrying much more of a load than starboard, so that's not great. Yeah, port's at like 90%, starboard's at like 82%. So definitely some discrepancy going on under the boat. I'd like to get a diver under the boat and swap some props and see if maybe potentially reinstall those props and see if we can get them on there better than how they are right now. So we'll check them out, but doing about 17, 18. All right, well, we slowed it back down to 9 knots. We got 90 miles to Norfolk. Definitely something going on plane because the load differences are about 8 to 10% apart. You got that little bit of vibration. So we're actually going to have another dive company pull them off at Norfolk somewhere, put the new props on, see if we can get the props installed correctly, hopefully tighter than what they are now. Maybe this will fix it, I don't know. Or the guy's got a bent prop shaft. One or the other, we're not sure. If it's got a bent prop shaft, nothing we can do. We're just going slow the rest of the way to Lauderdale, because just a little bit out of alignment, just a few thousandths out of alignment on a prop shaft on an IPS drive, and these things will vibrate and run funny like that with a load difference. So we're gonna give it one more Hail Mary, try to figure out whether it's props, and we'll go from there. So we're cruising down the beach here off Maryland. Got a little movie on, watching Crocodile Dundee. I don't know why we're watching Crocodile Dundee, don't ask me why. Lake's keeping us under control over here. I'm continuing to talk with the guys that are gonna meet me in Norfolk to try to figure out the game plan. So got a few more hours of running here. We've been getting tossed around, rolling off our port bow all day. We have 53 miles to Norfolk, probably about another 20 miles before we get in the mouth of the Chesapeake. So that's coming up, but we still got a ways to go. Just been hanging out, watching movies, paying attention to the radar and AIS and all that good stuff. Getting there, should be pulling into Waterside Marina. No, not Waterside. I keep saying that. What marina are we going to?
Tidewater.
Tidewater. We're going to Tidewater. Should be there around 6:30ish. Then they'll be here in the morning to pull the props off. And then we'll be on our way to Coin Jock after that. So we got to get this boat taken care of and do our thing. As far as weather goes, it still looks pretty windy off the Outer Banks, and I'm definitely not going around the Outer Banks when it's super windy from the south and we have these prop issues. So staying inside is definitely the smartest bet. It's going to take a little longer, of course, but I got to get the boat right. So I got to try to get the boat right. And if the props don't do it, then it's a bent prop shaft. There's nothing we can do anyway. We'll just have to go slow. So. But looks like the weather just continues to get better the next 4 to 5 days. So hopefully we can make one big jump from North Carolina or South Carolina straight over to North Florida and make up some time. But we're just keeping it rolling here. Kind of cloudy day, a lot of storms offshore. There are some storms inland over there on the beach. So we haven't got hit with anything yet, luckily. What do you think, Lake? Tired?
Very.
To most people, you wouldn't think this is very exhausting or a lot of work, but when your body is being thrown around all day and you can't stand up straight and you're focused on what's around you and focused on your electronics, it actually is very tiring. It's takes a lot out of you to where once you get docked up, you're just done. You're over it. So, and we got to do this day after day. Part of the game. Coming up on a pretty bad storm. It's raining. We've got some lightning up here, but we have no choice. It's in between us and the mouth of the, well, we're in the mouth of the Chesapeake. But it's in between us and Norfolk, so we just got to keep going. The Chesapeake Tunnel is up here, which is cool. Did I go too far? Nope, there it is. Chesapeake Tunnel. So the bridge comes across it and then it goes underwater. So we're literally driving the boat over people driving underwater, which is cool. But pretty good sized storm, Lake. A lot of red there.
Yeah. That's actually a lot of rain.
Might get a little sporty. Yeah, it's pretty windy out there. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a complete crap show. Look at the radar on your phone, see how it looks. Blake. Yeah, so a container ship got on 16 and said he was outbound at Cape Henry. Cape Henry's here. There's him right there over there in the channel. I was looking for him hard, but he's way over there. So we're beating through this. It's not bad right now. It's quartering. So this is when a catamaran's nice because it's nice and stable and a quartering and following seat. Obviously, they're not exactly that fun in a head seat, but got a lot of weather here. And there's that cargo ship right over there. So we found him. Now we just got to make sure we get in here, not get in anybody's way. And I'm sorry, Cape Henry is over here, not over there. But he's right there. 4.6 miles away. Got some lightning going on over there. So this is all storms, lightning, heavy rain. That's the cargo ship outbound. This right here is the bridge. And then if you zoom in right here, there's a gap. That's the underwater tunnel. And then more bridge, and then another underwater tunnel. So pretty cool. And that'll pick up better as we get closer. I got it out to 6 miles right now, but pretty cool what modern radar will do. And I mean, you know, those old Marina radars will do the same thing. They're just not quite as clear. You just have to, it takes a little bit to learn those older radars, you know. Still in it. All right, we're coming through the underwater tunnel here. Pretty cool. You don't often drive over a bunch of cars underwater. But a lot of traffic today. Got another sailboat coming through here. Looks like I got another boat coming on AIS in about a mile coming at me. But we're getting there. 24 miles to Norfolk. We are officially in the Chesapeake. We're happy we're not being thrown around anymore. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that is a giant Navy sub, which is super cool. We are passing Quantico, the Norfolk, the Navy yard. But I never thought I'd see a submarine. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. don't want to mess with that boy. All right, coming into Norfolk. Sorry, autopilot's getting us back on track here. We have been using the follow route feature, doing 9 knots the whole day. Follows the pink line perfectly. Makes it much easier to focus on other things and not so mentally draining at the end of the day. We've done 130 miles today, roughly, by the time we get to the Marina. Got 10 more miles to go. Nice sedan bridge running out. The Navy Yard's up here on our port side, and we'll get to check that out. That's always cool. Blake, you ready for that steak dinner?
Yep.
What are we doing? Steak, corn, Caesar salad?
Something like that.
Something like that. All in all, it's been a pretty long day. I mean, we pushed off the dock at 7:30. No, we pushed off the dock at like 6:30, 6:45, and we're pulling into the Marina at 7. So that's a long time. Lot of chugging at 9 knots. All right. Well, it looks like they're dredging here in the middle of the channel. That tow sneaked it through here, and through this little barge and this dredge. I think I can just do the same, or I would have to go all the way around that way. I think I'll be okay. Hopefully I don't get yelled at on the radio, but I am listening just in case. And there's our aircraft carriers. Pretty cool. About 8.5 miles left, but you know, when you're coming through, when you're doing your trip planning and whatnot, guys, you know, we have obviously a lot of Air Force bases and naval bases on our waterways. You need to make sure that these areas don't have any restricted areas or restricted zones that you need to stay out of, or they might have a rule as far as those zones go, as far as, you know, how far out you need to be and all that good stuff. You need to be on channel 16 you need to be on channel 16 the whole time, just in case somebody yells at you or you're doing something wrong and you gotta get out of there, you know what I mean? So always be monitoring your radio. It's kind of crazy that they don't have a security zone. Well, they kind of do. They have it buoyed off over here. You know, you can kind of see it in the video, but it's really close. Like, it's kind of surprising they don't have like a big security zone, right? Like, they just let us pleasure craft guys just come up and down through here right next to the Navy Yard. It's kind of unbelievable, but you know that they're sitting in an office somewhere watching me do this right now. That's kind of the crazy thing. And they probably got a missile ready to go right on me right now in case I do something stupid, but pretty cool, huh, Lake?
Yeah.
Lake's never seen the Navy Yard. I've been through here a couple times. Definitely shows the strength of the United States, that's for sure.
Thank you very much, sir.
The Alicia F. McAllister. Yeah, so we're going to Tidewater Marina in Norfolk. Looks like they're giving us 2 slips due to our beam, slip 18 and 20. And then 9 a.m. tomorrow, the divers will come and swap the. Okay, somehow that came, the sunroof came undone. I don't know how that happened. But 9 o'clock, and we'll put the new props as a Hail Mary. In my opinion, a Hail Mary that he has on the boat on, and take the old ones off. The old ones were tuned, but we'll see. And they'll reinstall them. We'll go test run it. But if he's got a bent shaft, then we're going to make the decision whether to find a yard in Norfolk or we'll just go slow all the way down to Lauderdale. But it's not good for the drives to be vibrating that much at speed, trying to cruise the boat, push the boat at 3,000 RPM. You know, you can't do that for the next 800 miles. It just doesn't work. So got a little bit of a decision to make coming up tomorrow. But we're pulling in about 7 o'clock here. It's 6:30 now. I got 5 miles to go. Get the boat rinsed down, even though it rained on us like 30 minutes ago. But we'll rinse the boat down. We need to fill the water tank, get the steaks on the grill, and relax a little bit. It's been a long day. 130 miles, something like that. So it's a long way in the bay from the Atlantic. You know, you look at it at a map, and it's like, oh, you just come right in. No, it's like 30 miles from the mouth of the Chesapeake to Norfolk. So, we're having fun, though. It's been a good trip so far. Just sorting through all this stuff. And it's funny, you know, you've been watching my previous video. If you've been watching my previous videos, you know that these trips, they never go to plan. I mean, it doesn't matter what anybody says or the owners say. There's always something a little off about the boat when they show up. It's just one of those things. You know, as far as if the boat does have a vibration and it might have a bent shaft, but you know, I told the owner this too. It takes a pretty keen eye and somebody who's run a lot of boats to really, I guess, notice and feel that level of vibration. You know, if you have never felt a boat out of tune below the waterline, whether it's props or shafts, then you don't really know what to expect. You're just going to think it's the boat doing boat things. But my key tell here that something's wrong with a shaft or prop, obviously, is the load percentages are way off from each other. port's carrying 90%, starboard's carrying 82, and it's like that all through the RPM range. So that's your telltale that something's just not quite right on top of the vibration. So it's just whether we want to get these things addressed before we decide to run all the way to Florida. But we're moving. That's all that matters. We're okay. Two 2.5 miles. What's really amazing is all of the decommissioned Navy ships that you see in here in Norfolk and Mobile and I forgot some other bases, but those are the two that I go through the most that are like really big bases, you know. I mean, it's just amazing. Oh, Louisiana, you know. Just a lot of old Navy boats that just aren't used anymore. Pretty crazy. We're getting rebuilt. All right, there's Waterside Marina. Worked out of there before. Here's Tidewater. But we're gonna come in here. Got the mooring field in Norfolk right there. We'll get it off autopilot and make our way over there. Blake setting up lines for starboard. Watching the depth here. I'm pretty sure I'm okay to stay on the outside of this breakwater. 12 foot. $10 I think we're okay. Yeah, Lake, you got me? Looks like a floating dock, so go ahead and do 3 or 4 fenders on the starboard side. Make sure you get them down low enough. Just go to neutral real quick, let Lake catch up. Just let me know when you're ready, all right? All right, I'm gonna get my wheel straight. I'm gonna go to docking mode on the joystick, which is right there. Lake, we're going to 18 and 20. I'm gonna assume it's right there by that bayliner. You ready? Yep, 18 and 20, right here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop the boat. I don't have a ton of room on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and start my rotation here. Let her come around. Back up just a little bit. Say what?
Here, I'm ready.
Alright. How am I doing back there, Lake? Tell me how many feet. I can't see the swim platform.
On your starboard, you got 5 to 6 feet or so. Port, you got about 7, 6.
All right. Just tell me when to stop and...
And you got about 10 feet or so from back to dock.
Let's bring it back just a little bit. Let's come back like 3 feet. That'll work. All right, that'll work. Lake, get that spring line tight and we're good. Thanks for the help. Didn't think I'd have a welcoming committee. Appreciate it. All right, well, grill's warming up. Shore power is swapped over. Nice docks. Had some nice people on this dock that came and helped us out. It was like a daggum dock crew. Those boys just ran up and helped me got it done. Apparently they're doing the Great Loop. I have a feeling a few of these guys on this dock are doing the Great Loop. Lake's giving her a rinse down. I'm getting dinner ready. And we got to fill the water tank. All right, we got some salt, pepper, and some Montreal on these steaks. Got a little drink going here. Got some salad. Lake's wrapping up. Got the corn on the grill. What's beeping? Connection with autopilot lost. We'll shut this down. We'll shut the Garmin off tonight too. That breaker tripped again. Move that shore power cord over to the pedestal to its left and then reset that breaker. But that's the second time this has tripped. All right. About to eat good, huh, Lake? Well, those steaks were killer, huh, Lake?
Very good.
They came out a little thinner than I thought they would.
Yeah.
That wasn't my intention, but still pretty good, though. Good meal. Good way to end a 130-mile day. We've got divers coming in the morning to hopefully fix our problem. If not, we'll have a decision to make on whether to go or no go to Fort Lauderdale. So we're gonna enjoy the rest of the night, hang out, try to relax, get some sleep a little bit. We get to sleep in the morning and not leave the dock at 6:30. Thanks so much for watching leg 2 of our East Coast southbound trip on this 44 Fountaine Pajot. If you didn't see the first video, definitely go back and watch that one. But we've got a bunch of videos coming. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a nice comment if you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for everybody watching lately. The channel is growing like crazy. I really am enjoying bringing you this content. It's been a lot of work, video after video and editing and all that stuff. It's adding up big time, and plus I got to run the boat and take care of all this stuff and be responsible for all this for the business and all that good stuff. So I got a lot on my plate, but really enjoying it. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. We'll see you on the next leg, southbound. Thanks again.